Hello YouTube, my name is The Legend of DS and welcome back, not really back, but welcome to the Nintendo Financial Report, meaning thingy, analysis and reports? Yeah, let's go with that. For the financial year of 2018, I believe that's the, or is it 2017? I think it's 2017, yeah, 2017, or the one that went from April 1st, 2017 to March 31st, 2018. So first things first, good year for Nintendo. Overall, a very, very good year. The Nintendo Switch has officially shipped 17.79 million units, which is pretty impressive for its first year, and the 3DS overall as of right now is at 72.53 million. It shouldn't do that much more than what it is right now, or the number that it is as of right now, but still good numbers for the 3DS. The 3DS has sold 364.89 million units of software, while the Nintendo Switch has done 68.97 million units of software, which is pretty impressive for the Switch, if I do say so myself. I think it is. I think this is just numbers for Nintendo, which would make it really, really, really impressive. Now, going to the 3DS sales or best sellers, there's not really many changes, I believe, from the numbers that we have here. For these 10 best sellers. So at number 10 is Tomodachi Life at 6,020,000. Then at number 9, then afterwards or above it, right above it, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon at 7.5 million, which is about what I believe, if I'm not mistaken, about what third version of the normal games do. Then Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 3DS doing 9.24 million. You add in about the 5 million for the Nintendo Switch version, and you have another major seller. Then Animal Crossing New Leaf at 11.69 million, getting very, very close to the next game on the list. Super Mario 3D Land at 11.96 million. 3D Land was of course bundled very recently with the 3DS again, if I'm not mistaken. Then New Super Mario Bros. 2 at 12,061,000. And then we have 3 Pokemon games in a row with Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire at 14 million units. I believe this is the best-selling port or remaster of a Pokemon game. Then Pokemon Sun and Moon impressively catching up to Pokemon X and Y, selling 16.10 million. Then obviously X and Y selling 16.29 million. And finally Mario Kart 8 7, the best-selling 3DS title, selling 17.4 million, which is rather impressive indeed. Now going on to the Switch, let me just make sure that this has everything. Yes, okay. So we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. We have the 8 bestseller Nintendo titles for Nintendo Switch. Nintendo titles. So this does not include Mario & Rabbids Kingdom Battle, Pokken Tournament, Fire Emblem Warriors, and any other third-party games. So we know that Fire Emblem Warriors has exceeded 1 million units worldwide, but it's good to remember that that does include the Nintendo 3DS version, and we do know now that there are 12 Switch titles to have achieved 1 million. Pokken Tournament is the next one that achieved 1.16 million, but let's go on with the 8 bestseller Nintendo Switch titles according to Nintendo. 8 with 2 weeks worth of sales. Kirby Star Allies doing 1.26 million. Very good numbers for Kirby in just 2 weeks. Then Xenoblade Chronicles 2 selling 1.3 million. I was expecting 1.2 million. I'm going to be completely honest. I thought, well, 1.2 million seems like a good number, but I don't think it did. Mostly because both NPDs, all 3 NPDs of the year and the sales data for Media Create do not show that many good sales for the game. Fortunately, the game did do 280,000 more units this past quarter, which is terrific. Then surpriser to me, at the very least, this number, ARMS 1.85 million, ARMS steadily climbing. It is going to be doing it's going to be hitting the 2 million mark probably by the end of the year, which is terrific. Then 1-2 Switch, 2.29 million, good numbers for 1-2 Switch. For the game that nobody expected much, let's be completely honest. Then Splatoon 2 selling 6 million. Great numbers for Splatoon 2. Obviously, I would wish to be higher. Splatoon deserves to be higher. I want this game to achieve the 10 million or touch the 10 million mark, because the Splatoon games are very good and they deserve that 10 million. And with the Octo expansion coming out later this year, or in a couple of months, I should say, we don't know when. We just know it's summer. If I was a betting boy, I would say mid-August, because as of right now, there's nothing for August. But, you know, great, terrific numbers for Splatoon 2. Hopefully, it will just steadily climb up. Then we have the 3 juggernauts of the Nintendo Switch. So, I just wanted to point out that the best-selling Wii U title is Mario Kart 8 at 8,042,000 units, or 420,000 units. I want to point this out because in 1 year, the Nintendo Switch has 3 games that have surpassed that, with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild now being the undisputed, undeniable, unclaimed, best-selling single version of a Zelda game ever. Yes, Breath of the Wild is now the best-selling single version of a Zelda game ever, so here's the thing. When accounting for re-releases and remasters or dual releases, Breath of the Wild doesn't exactly stack up as of right now. Ocarina of Time, for example, is at about 12 million with the N64 and the 3DS version. Then you have to add in Twilight Princess, that has about 10 million as well because of GameCube, Wii U, and the Wii. But as a single version, Breath of the Wild is the best-selling Zelda game ever. Ocarina of Time and Twilight Princess both stayed around 7 million, and obviously Breath of the Wild is at 8.48 million units, which is terrific. It should achieve, hopefully it will achieve the 10 million mark by the end of the year. I would not be surprised if we were talking, if I was doing this video in about, let's say, in October, when we get the second quarter reports and Breath of the Wild is already over 10 million. And then Mario Kart 8 Deluxe surpasses the original by quite a bit. Super Mario, like I said, Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U did 8.42 million. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe doing 9.22 on the Switch. Very good. An 800,000 lead for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It's just gonna keep on building. We have seen it that it's still selling extremely well, both in the United States and Japan. We have seen also that it's one of those Switch titles that has been keeping up in the UK alongside Zelda, Splatoon 2 that had a renaissance very recently, and obviously the best-selling game on the Nintendo Switch, which is Super Mario Odyssey, selling 10.41 million. Obviously, it slowed down a lot since the previous financial report, but it did about 1.4 million, if I'm not mistaken, or at least 1 million in the last financial quarter, which is great. It was shipped all over the place. We have the Japanese data showing us over 1 million. We have it still being one of the best-selling games every month in the NPD results. The same thing for the UK alongside Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Breath of the Wild. Then obviously that's the best-selling titles for both Switch and 3DS. One more thing that it's very interesting to note is that the expectations for Nintendo for the following financial year are 20 million units shipped. That's from April 1st, 2018 to March 31st, 2019. That to me, and that might just be me, just screams that Pokemon is in fact coming this year and Animal Crossing early next year. Why do I say screams it? Because come on, 20 million. I'm not expecting Labo to be this massive. I think Labo is going to be massive, but it's going to need to keep building. It's going to build and build and build. I did not notice what I was doing there, but that I like that one. The level needs to build, and he's going to build up until the holidays. But from the holiday, as of right now, the numbers that we have from Japan are not too good, or are good, but not great. And we don't have any numbers, obviously, for April in the United States and the rest of Europe. But 20 million does seem a little bit too high if with as of right now only Smash Brothers as your big title, with Labo obviously may be able to pick up business. Then obviously with that we also have expectations for software. Software is, in fact, Nintendo wants to sell 100 million units of software in the next financial year. And at first I thought, how can they achieve that? That's a pretty high number. And then I realized they don't really need to achieve that. They just need to, or with a combination of all new games, achieving that 100 million. Now it's just software that they want to sell in the next year. So they only have to have every new Nintendo Switch owner buy one in every 5, or buy 5 games. Every new Nintendo Switch owner that they want, if they do achieve that 20 million, they would need every Switch owner to buy 5 games from those 20 million, which I believe it's going to be rather easy, because with the amount of games they already have and the games coming out, obviously the top 3 games, then you add Smash Brothers, and you add in Splatoon, you add in games that are coming out this year. For example, this is just for first party IPs. For example, know that I will be buying already 3: Smash Brothers, Fire Emblem, and Mario Tennis. Mario Tennis is more of an if. I have to play the demo whenever they release it, so that I know that I will. But you know, great numbers. They just need 5. We can add in maybe something else could be added. More games could be obviously added throughout this time. Obviously Pokemon will probably be in here somewhere. They might announce something for August that will really get people hooked up. But that's the thing, they don't need to sell it to everybody, but just 5 games for the 20 new million owners. And the Super NES Classic also has sales of 5.28 million, which is very good. And the final piece of news, or not, no, this was not the final piece of news. This was actually the first news I got from this investors meeting, but the last one that I will talk about is that both Tatsumu Kimishima and Satoru Shibata will be stepping down in their positions. Kimishima obviously has, Mr. Kimishima I should say, is been the one that has been on running Nintendo overall, and Satoru Shibata has been the president of Nintendo of Europe. He's done a tremendous job, but he's now moving to Japan, I believe, to be part of the, it will leave his position to join the to be a board member in the new Nintendo, and at Nintendo, replacing I believe it will be to replace the next president for Nintendo, Mr. Shuntaro Furukawa. I probably butchered that name, so you know, I apologize for that. It has one statement, the only statement I have here right now, that as I was doing this video, it arrived. Probably the most recent translation from it, that is, we will develop the company to its fullest. Obviously, Nintendo is not at their fullest potential. We all know this, but still, 20 million seems like a hefty lot, but it's possible. So that's the result. I've been the Legend of DS. Thank you guys for watching.